but I really became a fan of his music. His music, I mean, that's how I found him, was from the show. Well, I didn't find him, you know what I mean?
Right.
But, and then, I Googled him and I started listening to his music and #superfan. Here I am.
Kim, how's your day going? You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. My day is going really well. Thank you. I woke up, I'm a little nervous. My first really interview. So I'm kind of nervous, but I'll be
we will make it quick and painless, I promise.
Thank you.
Of course. I mean, how do you feel, watching back the season so far?
I love it. I really do love it. It's so weird to see yourself on TV because I was such a private person before the show. Mm-hmm. So it's funny to when I see me, I'm like, oh, that's me and Usman. Like the episode where we first met, like those feelings come back, and I was like, I was so happy that day and I was so excited. So It's pretty cool. It's been a journey.
Yeah. I mean, what's been the hardest thing about kind of putting your life out there for everybody to kind of see and also judge a little bit too?
Well, the criticism, I think, is a lot. I get a lot of hate, but I have a lot of love too. And I really have to say, I have a lot of support. I have a lot of people that love Kimberly. So it's a good thing. It's been putting my life out there because I get recognized when I go places now. And some days I'm not wearing all that makeup, and I'm like, hi, how are you? But for the most part, it's been pretty positive for me.
Yeah. Do you pay attention to any of the hate comments and things like that, or people that have something to say about your relationship?
No, I don't care. I know my relationship. I know Usman. I know myself. And as long as my family and friends are okay with me, they're my supporters. These people see you for 15 minutes an episode. They don't know my life. They don't know what I've been through in 51 years. So they can judge me and their opinions. Haters, bring it on. Bring it on.
I like that. Now, I like it. Now, had you watched Usman on the show?
I'm sorry?
Had you watched Usman on the show?
On his previous season?
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, I watched it. But I really became a fan of his music. His music, I mean, that's how I found him, was from the show. Well, I didn't find him, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then, I Googled him and I started listening to his music and #superfan. Here I am.
I mean, did it ever make you hesitant to want to be with him, or did it make you like him more watching him on the show? I thought he was very attractive, and I really became a fan of his music. The way he was on the show is who Usman is. Mm-hmm. Usman's very, he wasn't an ass, I mean, so yeah, but I just felt like we didn't build off that. We built off me being a fan of his music. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Are you still a super fan?
You know what's funny about that super fan is because he started that. Usman is the one that was like, oh, you're a super fan. I was like, ew, I'm going to get a shirt with a big S on my chest, But yeah, I'm still a fan. I'll always be a fan, regardless of how things turn out. I will always be a fan of his music. I think he has a really good talent. I've seen the drive and I've seen how driven he is with his music and how professional he is. And to me, that's one of the reasons I love him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, his friends did say that you were bad for his image. Did you know that they were saying that? And what was kind of your reaction when you found out?
Whatever. I feel like anybody's going to say I'm bad for his image, anybody's going to say anything because of what he went through in his previous relationship, Mm-hmm. So I feel like, I'm here. I was there and I rocked it out, so, and I feel like him and I just developed this huge connection. He's my best friend at the end of the day, and I feel like his friends and people can just like the haters, they can say what they want.
Mm-hmm. Did opinions change as your relationship kind of developed?
You don't have to watch and see.
I know. You're doing a good job giving me the teasers. Obviously.
No, I can't do what Usman did. I can't do that. So you just have to watch the episodes and see.
Yes.
Next week will be good. Next week's the video shoot, so that'll be fun.
Very fun.
Yeah.
I love that. We see the honeymoon suite episode and things kind of going down. You guys got separate rooms. Did you ever think that was a red flag?
No. Usman and I came into this as friends. You know what I mean? We were friends. I was dating other people too before I went to Zanzibar. Okay. So we said that we wanted to get to know each other and see how the trip progressed and see how we are in person after what he had been through. So I was fine with that. I was fine. Yes, I got the honeymoon suite. Yes, I decorated. Yes, did I want him to come? Of course I did. He's Soldier Boy. Of course I did. But like, I respect his values. I respect his culture. And if we separate bedrooms, so be it.
Yeah. Were you disappointed he wasn't that affectionate at first?
No. I wasn't. No, I was a little mad he was kissing that PS5 more than he was kissing me though. But I was a little like, ew, what is that? But that's Usman. That's just Usman's personality, and what you see, like he was in my room for like 2 hours before that. Like we were talking and stuff. It wasn't like, not saying we did anything or anything, but he was, it takes a while to set up these scenes. And so, we were in there, we were talking, and everything. And it was like our first day,
Definitely.
So, I mean, it was awkward for me too, because I'm like, oh my God, like I'm down here with him. And now I finally stopped with like, he's not Soldier Boy to me anymore. He's Usman, Soldier Boy is like his persona, which I love too.
I mean, how important is affection and intimacy in a relationship for you? Is that like what you were looking for? Were you looking for that friendship? Or were you kind of looking for a little bit of everything? And were you two on the same page?
Going down there, we had both said that going down there, that was why he invited me to come, not just to watch the video, but to see how our relationship would progress. So I wanted to, I love affection. I love holding hands, I love all of that. And you'll just have to watch the show and see.
I know. I was going to say, do you eventually get to that next step, but you're going to tell me to watch the show and see?
I can't tell you. I don't want to get in trouble.
I know. Totally. Do you think that Usman does the show for love, or do you think he does it for fame, or do you think he does it for a little bit of both?
I think Usman does the show for love. I mean, when he asked me to be on this, and then I, agreed to it, because at first I had said no. And I was like, no, because my life is good. I have a very good life, And I was like, no. And then, we did it for our story to get out there. Like, it's amazing that I started out as a #super fan. Then I went to a potential, then I went to a personal person, that's how our story evolved. So it's good for that. And of course, the perks that come out of that are the perks. And I'm getting cameos now. I'm getting these lovely interviews and, so, there's perks to everything. I don't think he did it for any other reason but to get our story out there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So. What did your family think of Usman?
My son's right here, actually. No. My mom loves him. They have their own thing, and he'll video chat her and he'll go, Mommy, and she goes, Soldier Boy, and my mom has been my number one supporter. Jamal, my son, now is, he's protective of his mother. He should be, and Jamal and my mother, they know what I've been through in prior relationships and everything. So they want me just to protect my heart a little bit, and of course they're cautious. Jamal's only 7 years younger than Usman, this was a big leap for me. And I feel like I did the right thing.
Does Jamal and Usman, have they talked?
They talk a little bit, a little bit. They follow each other, and they talk a little bit. And Jamal's so funny because Jamal's like, Mom, if you need any, relationship advice, you can hit me up. I'm only 7 years younger than him and everything. And it's funny, but Jamal's my biggest support system.
That's great.
So,
that is great.
And he, at the end of the day, he wants his mother to be happy. That's what you want for your mother. Jamal and I have been through a lot, and I feel like if I didn't have the support, I wouldn't even do it.
How is this relationship different from any other relationship that you've had in the past?
He's Usman. And once you get to know him, he is such a good, warm, humble person, and I've gotten to know, we weren't just on the phone video chat. He was singing to me, like singing, I'm swooning with like hearts and rainbows all over me, this relationship we built this together, And my favorite times with Usman are like 3, 4 in the morning. And it's just him and I, nobody's calling, nobody's, nothing. It's just him and I. And that's the closeness that I share with him.
Yeah. What do you think is probably maybe the most surprising thing that you learned about him that like you weren't expecting when you kind of first started building your relationship?
How humble he is. What a humble person he is. He has his own charity. It's called USB Entertainment Foundation. He gives out, and he gives out so much that it's humbling for me here because I feel bad. I'm like, damn, maybe I should be giving out more.
but he's a very humble and he's a very nice, he's a totally 100% authentic.
Yeah. Was there,
and
go ahead. Sorry. Oh, no, I didn't mean to cut you off.
But like with, you know how it is like with celebrities and stuff, you know, like everybody has like that one person they gravitate to, like when, you know, like when they come home, you know, all this right here. So I'm very privileged to be in his life.
Yeah.
And he's very privileged to be in my life, you know.
Is there anything that you watched back so far that has totally made you cringe?
No. Okay. That's okay. So on Friday's episode, they did like the bonus scene.
Mm-hmm.
And the scene, I knew he was not going to propose to me, people. I knew he was not going to. I went to his room to get gifts. It was a total, it was a funny scene. And everybody's like, oh, she's desperate. Did I really think he was going to propose to me? I'm a woman, okay? So I was holding my hand out. And I'm like, it goes on this finger. And we were dying. I mean, we were laughing so hard. I had tears coming out of my eyes. That's what was so funny. And it was so misconstrued. And everybody's like, oh, she's desperate. Oh, that I knew he wasn't going to propose to me the second day. I wasn't even his girlfriend, you know, I'm just hanging out. And I think that's like, that was that one. And the PlayStation scene, like they made it look like he just grabbed his stuff and just walked back to the room, you know, and like, bye, Kim, you know, and it wasn't like that, you know? So some things have been misconstrued, but in a good way, you know what I mean? So whatever. And people, like I said, people can think what they want. I know what kind of woman I am. I know what kind of man Usman is. I love him. Sorry, I had to say that. Sorry, TLC.